Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring Terra Arisen. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review featuring this setting for Cepheus Deluxe, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the United Terran Republic, or the UTR. The United Terran Republic is a rising power in interstellar politics. It has emerged from the bloodshed of the Terran Liberation War, invigorated and determined. For Terrans, the stars are wide open. The war is over, and new opportunities present themselves every day. The UTR government is proactive and supports its citizens in worthwhile initiatives and enterprises, economic or otherwise. The United Terran Republic is a presidential republic with a unicameral parliamentary legislature and a constitutionally based government. The office of the president holds sovereign power, and the president is the official commander-in-chief of the Terran armed forces. The Terran parliament is located in L5 City, the UTR's Lagrange Point station capital, and comprises 500 seats. The president appoints the ministers, usually from among the members of parliament from their own party. Clearly, the UTR is not a federation. There is only one central government on Terra itself. Due to the realities of space travel, however, centralized management of colonial affairs is impossible. Therefore, each UTR world enjoys a great deal of autonomy. The government considers each living human being to be a citizen of the UTR, subject to its laws, required to pay its taxes, and eligible for state-run benefit programs. During the Terran Liberation War, politics were simple. It was Terra versus the Reticulan Empire, and everyone contributed to the war effort. But after the war, internal political differences quickly re-emerged among Terrans. Political views manifest in the UTR's parliament in four main political parties: the Prosperity Bloc, which consider themselves dovish universalists who desire gradual change and transformation of the Reticulan Empire into a more democratic state through peaceful and diplomatic channels. There is also the Terran Coalition, which was once the political party of the old revolutionary movement that resisted the EFA and led the war against the Reticulans. And then there is the Terran Front. President Shen's abandonment of the Universalist cause has led to the formation of this new hawkish Universalist party. Finally, hawkish nativists desire Terran dominion over all known space, with Terrans ruling over other species in an empire of their own. The hawkish nativist party Sol Invictus is gaining popularity among younger military officers, especially those who enlisted towards the end of the war rather than at its start. The UTR had its roots in the old Chiwak War's returnees circles on Terra. Since the early Terran resistance members were veteran soldiers, the UTR quickly formed a powerful military apparatus after the overthrow of the Earth Federal Administration. Despite President Shen's display of reconciliation, the UTR considers the Reticulan Empire its main threat. The United Terran Republic Army was quickly created by reorganizing various rebel formations, as well as EFA defectors, into a proper military structure. The Colonial Army, or Planetary Army, on more populous worlds, consists of the local volunteer planetary militia force. In wartime, the best units from each large colony, as well as Terra herself, are provided starlift capabilities on board naval craft, and thus become expeditionary regiments, capable of interstellar deployment. You also have information on the former Terran Guard. The Terran Guard became a dangerous political force and an obstacle in the way of President Shen's reforms, with many of the old guard hardliners leaving the Terran coalition to form the Terran Front Party. The Guard began to look almost like the Terran Front's private army, rather than a more universal military force loyal to the Republic. All naval forces are under the command of the UTR Admiralty, which answers to the Ministry of War, though due to the lagging communications, many forces are practically independent in their day-to-day operations on the frontier. The military reforms of 2259 created a new interstellar rapid reaction force, the Terran Marines. The Shen administration created the Marines by dismantling the Terran Guard and Naval Infantry and merging them into one formation. Former naval infantry officers now hold most of the senior posts in the new Marines. The Committee on Reconnaissance and Counter-Reconnaissance, or CRC, is the UTR's main intelligence apparatus. It was formed out of various underground resistance groups during the late EFA era. A major component in the UTR's defense strategy is the colonial militia. UTR law requires every healthy citizen aged 16 to 64 years who has not been convicted of a violent crime and not actively serving in the military to undergo militia training. When it comes to the Scouts and the Merchant Marine, the Scouts is an informal term referring to interstellar explorers and a network of couriers maintained and operated by the Ministry of Colonization and Space Travel. Merchants who are not free traders or brokers either work for corporations or for the Ministry of Colonization and Space Travel's Merchant Marine Service. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to continue with details on the UTR, such as psionics, hybrids, and technology. As you can see, even though humanity rose to the stars, it was still quite the mess. Everything had to be restructured, and there are still groups that are not exactly satisfied with the current situation. So that is highly realistic in the political side when it comes to this setting. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.